passed through Johnsonville, but only few stopped to look. We're the ones who stayed, left, or found our way back.
Which camera am I looking at?
I'm gonna sit. You just gonna look right at me. You don't even got to stare.
Oh, okay, for sure.
Who
Yeah,
cut your hair? You
Me.
cut yourself?
me. I've been cutting my hair since I was 10.
I tried it once and that's can't do it. That's
Since
hard.
I was 10.
Since you were 10?
I've been cutting hair since I was 10. Yo, I've been a professional barber since I was 19. I'll be 50 this year. So this year will make 31 years total being a professional barber. Yeah, I know. I should have listened to my dad, went to the military, did my 20 years. Chill out. Nah, I don't regret cutting hair though, man. I love it.
Say your full name, how long you worked here, when you moved here, just like your bio. pretty
Okay.
much, yeah.
Name is Keith Graham. I've been here in the Johnsonville community. It'll be, barbershop's been open 23 years, coming September, October. Yeah.
So did you work here first, or did you?
No,
you just heard about it.
I was working on Bragg, and I got tired of stuff that was going on during that time. Of course, 9/11 had just happened. So just talked to God about finding me a place. I was like, and I drove straight right here. Never in my life been on this side of town. I lived, on the other side. So come here, and we're just an empty building. So probably a month passed, and I came back through here. She had a sign out, and it said for rent.
Okay.
So I called her up, and she was like, I just literally put that sign out. I was like, oh, okay. So I told her what I wanted to do, and she was like, okay, let's try it. So I rented it for a while, and then I ended up purchasing.
So it's a sign.
Yeah. Nobody
cool.
but God. It ain't me.
Yeah.
It definitely ain't me.
What was Johnsonville like when you first got here?
Oh, wow. Country. I mean, it still is country now, but, with everything going on as far as people moving in, it's starting to change. Still got good people coming from everywhere. Military usually helps out the community as far as racism stuff. It kind of alleviates, because now you have people coming, white, black, Chinese, Puerto Rican, whatever. So it kind of helps to kind of shut down that good old boy system.
Mm-hmm.
So it was definitely a little different then than it is now. Definitely.
I can say every time I come in here, there's someone from every race.
Exactly. And that's one thing we pride ourselves on, as far as as soon as you come through that door, what's up, man? Hey, how you doing, man? You want to make everybody feel comfortable. That's
What was your first big memory of this barbershop?
Wow.
In this area?
First big memory. Oh man, I got so many stories. I tell you one that I don't tell too many people. had a little fella. Name was Nathan. And his mom will bring him here. White lady, of course, white child. And she would bring him here, and I started cutting his hair. And she just looked at me crazy. Like the way she looked, it was like she was astonished. I was like, wow, like this is kind of different. But you know me, I'm that guy. I'm ready for anything. So I've cut his hair for years, and a lot of times he would tell me little stuff going on in his house, and his parents was getting mistreated by other kids. And so I talked to him, and I told him, of course you can't follow the way they're, doing your parents. You gotta step up and be the guy who you are, He listened to me, whatnot, and then all of a sudden his mom, she would still send him here. His sisters would bring him here. And me and this kid, we developed a good relationship, in which I try to have a relationship with anybody coming in here. I'm your friend first. But anyway, one particular day, the lady came by and she called me outside, and I was like, okay, what's going on? Like, God, okay, what did I do? Did I, mess his head up, And I walked out there, and she was like, just thanking me, like, thank you so much for who you are, who the person you've always been since my kid was here. And then she started breaking down, telling me that I can't say if he was a special needs kid, but he was a kid that had little mental problems. He did have a problem. I don't know what his exact problem was, but she was like, she was so surprised. The reason why she always looked at me that way, because she was so surprised how he interacted with me, because he never interacted with anybody, and she was just thanking me, and then she tells me he took his life. Yeah. So, Nathan, my dude, that's a memory that I always stick with.
That literally brings to the next question. What do you think your barbershop's role in the community is?
Safety.
Yeah.
I want it to be a place where anybody come in and you feel welcome,
You're kind of like a therapist too.
Yeah.
Really.
Oh yes. God, yes. I've talked to I've had so many things go on in this barbershop, man. That's just one story. I got so many, but I can't even.
Yeah. All right. So, what stayed the same in this community, even though all these changes have been happening over 23 years you've been here?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think stayed the same?
I think community still stayed here. Like a lot of the older guys, as well as the younger guys, they still came through. A lot of them will move away, but they will still come back. Like yourself, you come back. Change is always good, but a community that sticks together is always better. Regardless race. Because I got plenty of white kids that grew up poor. I got plenty of black kids that grew up poor in this area, but they happen to run across one another in the barbershop and be like, dude, I ain't seen you and blah blah blah. But I could see the genuine love that they had then as kids as well as now.
Have you ever thought of leaving or closing up the shop? And if so, what brought you back?
Wow. Yeah, numerous times. Plenty of times I've thought to leave. In anything, you've learned that you're kind. When I say you're kind, black, or if I was a white guy, white. Sometimes it's harder dealing with them. And I did want to leave at one point because of just how cruel people could be. People are just cruel. People are. without God on your side, I mean, a lot of times we fall for the trick of the enemy, you know. But I think after COVID, I think it really changed me as far as like my way of thinking. Now I'm more or less, you know, community first, you know. So I'm here. I'm here till God says it's time for me to move on.
Be a preacher.
Yeah, maybe, maybe.
What advice, if you had to say one thing for the younger generation coming up, what would you tell them?
Keep running. Meaning to keep pressing on. Do better than what your parents did. You know, your parents they give you a little guideline of how to go, but do better than they did. Because usually, you know, most parents live good in front of their kids. They show the kids the correct things to do. Even if you're running in place, hey, you still moving. Eventually, you're gonna catch traction, and it's gonna happen for you. Again, but you gotta have God. God has to be number one in your way of thinking. No, you don't have to be holier than thou like most people think, you know, but you have to reverence him. Like, hey, God, thank you for letting me live today, God. You know, thank you for this quarter I found on the ground, God. Thank you for this penny I found on the ground, you know. Thank you for letting me meet this person, you know.
Okay. And then if someone were to make a movie about Johnsonville,
Wow.
what should they show?
Good people. Just good people. Ride through the communities. Of course, in every community, you got your good spots and bad spots. But yeah, just good people. Good people. It's like where I'm from, where I'm originally from, Hope County. Good country folk. People see, hey man, wait, Bo, how you doing, man? So just good stuff. Just genuine good stuff. I love people though. That's my thing. I love people. I genuinely love people until they show me that other side, you know. I can still drag somebody or choke heck out of them. That's for sure. Yeah. And that's the thing. A lot of people think you being nice, naive. Like, bro, I'm from the hood. I grew up in Hope County. Shawtown was my neighborhood. You know, 2 juke joints there, plenty of liquor houses. You know, plenty of crack house, but you know, people only see what they want to see. Oh, that guy's nice, blah blah blah. Yeah, but I've done. Yeah, exactly. Because I've done some things. I'm definitely not proud of. I cringe a lot of times at some of the things I've done. My wife was like, "What's wrong?" I was like, "Nothing. I'm fine. I'm cool." But you know, passing through my old neighborhood and then seeing stuff that I was once, you know, partaking or started. So, God has a plan for everybody, bro. That's just what it is, man.
That's it. That's all I got.
All right.
That's all. That's perfect. Yeah.
Hopefully I did okay.
No, you did great.
All right.